Hello, everybody. Yusuf Haji at Haji Daily. Welcome. Noordin Khalif, DJ Obongo. Welcome. Welcome to the show. Today, I want to raise a question. Hardly anyone I've seen even raising it. Probably need to charge my computer before it goes off anyway. I'm here today to talk about mean people. Why are we mean on our comments section? Why are you mean? Why are you disrespectful? Why do you say things that are hurtful on other people's page or TikTok accounts or YouTube or Facebook? But more so here, I've seen it on TikTok. And I can deal with it because I know the cost of being out in the public, out on being on TikTok live. I know it comes with the game. For me, I understand. Or maybe I don't understand. Actually, I don't understand. So I'm not an expert. I don't understand. But people who do and say mean things on other people's pages like TikTok live or TikTok or Facebook or YouTube, how do you process? How do you process to say mean things? Like, I can't just sit somewhere, watch something that I don't like, or someone that I don't like, or something that I disagree with, or I can sit and watch and see and look at it and just internalize it myself without even putting it, without even saying it loudly or putting it in a comment. Like, I don't see myself doing that. So what I feel to understand is, why do people process this information in a way that is so mean and hurtful? I have been in this game on social media for a long time. I mean, from 2008, I've been on social media. I've been on Facebook at the beginning. I've been on YouTube at the beginning. I've been at forums where names have been called. I've been on Twitter before it became X. So I had a big account then. So I know, for me to be out here in the public, I know it comes with the game. I know people can say mean things, just because they disagree with you, or they don't like your politics, or they individually don't like you, or they don't like what you're saying. And there's a way. I mean, there's a way to disagree. You can raise your point. But what I fail to understand is, why are people mean? Like, they say the meanest, the most hurtful things to somebody. Like, it hurts really, really bad. Like, how do you get to that point where you say something? And some of these mean things, like genius, this is like, it's like somebody has been cooking this thing for, or sitting on it for many years. They just come and say the mean things. I'll give you an example. I'll give you guys an example. An example of that being mean thing. I'll give you an example. So 2 days ago, my wife posted me on TikTok. So we had a photo, her and I. So we took a picture and my wife posted the picture. And so someone commented on the picture, "Hey, your husband has gotten so fat. He has a big tummy." And, just the meanest thing. So my wife tells me this today, and I'm like, how can someone just say that. Like, just say the meanest thing you can say. I can handle it. That's why I'm here talking about it. And actually, I told my wife, why even? So my wife deleted that. She deleted the comments on her TikTok. She told me she deleted it. And so I was like, why did you delete it? I want that comment. If I've gained weight, I want someone telling me I've gained weight. It's good. I know I've gained weight. So my weight goes up, it goes down. For some reason, that's how I've been made. Sometimes I do focus on working out and eating healthy. Sometimes I don't. But I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't indulge in other things. As long as I'm doing a little bit of an exercise. And by the way, I'm beyond the point where I need to impress anyone. I got 5 kids and have a beautiful wife. I have things going on for me. I'm thankful and humble about it. I'm not saying that just, I don't need to prove anything to anyone. I mean, when I was going after my wife, I did work out. I did have a 6-pack, and I would love to share that. I did have that. So, but I don't want to make it about me, but I'm just saying, why does somebody just come up with the meanest thing they can come up with? And not only me, to many of you out there that, for the celebrities and people who are out there and saying controversial things, people that don't agree on things, politics, or whatever it is, there's this, But do we have to be mean, really? Do we have to say mean things to each other? Do we really have to be disrespectful? Do we really have, you can tell me, hey, Haji, you look unhealthy. I think you should exercise. And and I'm doing that. Actually, I just got praying now. Just before my prayer, I was actually motivated by that comment about what my wife told me. I was really, 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 really motivated by it. And so I said, I went to Target. I got me a wall calendar. I weighed myself. I put the weight I am at today in the morning, right? And I put a goal on June 28th. This is how much I'm going to weigh. And I'm going to do it. Thanks to that comment. Thanks to that comment. And so, like, now here it is, that somebody here, like, I don't know who he is. I don't know what, but I can take it. It's okay, but I want to share with you guys. So we have someone, his name is, I don't know. He has no name. I don't see any name on it. We'll try and see if I can get a name. Oh, Sambra. She says, please stop this. You only have 8 people watching you. What I have watching me is 104 people who are watching me. I don't know where you see 8 people. I have 108 people looking at this live right now. That is the matrix that I have. But Samra decides she wants to say something, just out of bound. Like, it has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Or maybe she can say, I don't like the topic. She can say, I don't like you. She can say she doesn't like me. I'm okay with that. You don't have to like me. I don't have to like you. Right? But I'm not gonna call you out, because I've been known to call people out. Like, don't hide. Like, that's the thing too. Do not hide. Do not use a pseudonym or some weird name and come and say hurtful things to people and come to their TikTok. I can handle it. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm talking about it. Because I will go take a shower and sleep. I'll sleep on it. I'm okay. I will wake up tomorrow morning, take my kids to school, get on my business, live my life. I'm fine with that. But we can disagree without being disrespectful. Where are you from? Where am I at? Where am I from? Where am I at? Or where am I from? Somebody's asking that. Arham Tiflo is our asking. But what I'm saying is, we can disagree, but you don't have to be mean. You can advise. You don't have to be mean. You can point out something. You don't have to put it in a mean way, because I don't do it. There's a lot of people I don't agree with. There's a lot of content that I don't like. There's a lot of things that I see on TikTok that I'm not happy with, but I will never go and put it on a comment, because I did that mistake long time ago. I made many mistakes like that long time ago. But even though then I never said anything mean, I just put that people don't like when you disagree with them, honestly. Nobody does. Anyway, but I have never come to a point where I am just putting something toxic on a comment just to hurt somebody else. That's not me. I don't do that. Oh, which country are you from? I'm actually not in Minneapolis. I am in. I'm 17 minutes away from Minneapolis. I'm in South Metro area, small town. It's not small town, but Barnesville. So I'm in Barnesville, Minnesota. I'm in Minnesota. I'm in USA. And so, yes, when my wife told me Kobe or LeBron, of course, ooh, LeBron. I like LeBron. I like LeBron. Faisal Ali Warabi, I like LeBron. Not Kobe. I I love Kobe's game, but LeBron because of his philanthropy. I like people who go back to their communities, and that is my metric for the GOAT. For me, to be a GOAT is not just about winning championship. For me, it's just my views. For me, winning championship is not about just championship and MVPs and defensive player, but going back to your community and having an impact on your community. And so for me, LeBron, what he has done in Akron, Ohio, going back and raising up young kids, giving opportunity to be successful through college and scholarships and all that. So that is good for me. That is, who are my goats? Muhammad Ali. Who are my goats? Malcolm X. People that have had a real impact. People that have a really, well, Kobe did plenty for the community. It has not been as, Kasim Hassan, you cannot unfollow me because of that. I just said the GOAT for me is someone that goes back to their community and has an impact and is making lives better for their people, that they have the resources that they've gone back and invested in their community. This is what it's all about. For me, this is what it's all about. I like people who have made it to go back and have an impact in their villages, in their neighborhoods, in their, so-called communities. They go back and invest and build it up and try to fix what is broken. And that is good for me. And so the rings and the MVPs, yeah, that is a bonus, that's a bonus. Someone said, well, Kobe did plenty for the community, especially helping out the homeless around Los Angeles. Abdurrahman Hollywood, who's that? Kobe Bryant did. This is it's not a sensitive topic, bro. You chose LeBron over. Look, I am giving you why. I am giving you my reasons why I believe that LeBron is better. If we say who has more championship, of course, Kobe has more. Who has more exciting game and with flair and spice, of course, Kobe has. And so it's sensitive. I understand. I know it can be tough, but some players have spices. They kind of have all the flavors, and some people just they don't have that. They straight up shoot, use brute strength to attack, but some people are smooth with it. Some Kobe, MJ, is smooth with it, and so. But for me, from what I've seen and I've read, I think LeBron has had a big impact. I like that. I'm always cheering for people who do care about their communities. I'll give them they will be my MVP, my GOAT every day, all day, nonstop. Having watched Jordan, then Kobe, and then LeBron, I'll go with Jordan, Kobe, then having watched Jordan, then Kobe, then LeBron, I'll go with Jordan, Kobe, LeBron. Okay, that's you. That's you. That's your GOAT. I'm okay with that. That can be your GOAT. I'm fine with that. But we are talking about being mean. Why are we mean on our TikTok comments? Let's stop being mean on our TikTok comments. Let's not hate people because we disagree with them and say the meanest thing. Let's not because some people can handle it and some people cannot, to be honest with you. That's why you have a lot of our young people, there's high suicide rates. It's because people say mean things to them when they're trying to do something like this. They're trying to express themselves, you know. Bro, Kasim Hassan, I'm talking about let's have a time with for NBA and all that. We talk about people who are mean. Why are people mean? Why are people mean on comments? And how do we? What can we? I mean, what do you have to say about that? You know, let's not. I love to have this conversation about Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and Jordan and Larry Bird. But can we talk about what people are mean? Can we talk about it? Like I said, you can throw mean comments at me. If I know you, I'll call you out. If I don't know you, then I don't know you. That's a good thing. And so I will just sleep and wake up and do what I do every day. So that's not gonna stop. But health wise, pointing it out in a very respectable way, that's good. I will take it any time of the day. You know, any time of the day. And you can come on my page and you can follow me. And so most definitely we can have that conversation, you know. But of course, I want to be an example to our young people, so I need to stay healthy. So I'm gonna start being healthy. I've been on that road, but now I'm gonna really, really, really push it, you know, where hopefully I can have my 6-pack back when I used to have it before when I was hollering at my wife. I had to fly from Minneapolis to Birmingham, UK. She was a student there then at Aston University. And so I was really, really trying to impress her. So I was really, really working out. And I have the picture, man. I'm telling you guys, I have the picture. I will share that with you. But it's an amazing love story between my wife and I. Flying from here all the way. I didn't know nobody. So when I went there, hoping, you know, but it's really a movie story. If I tell you guys this story and how I met my wife and how I went to see my wife for the first time, I am telling you, and by the way, the moment I saw my wife, the moment I saw her, we were married for 13 years, alhamdulillah. And that's the picture she put it, by the way. She put the picture and said, we've been married for 13 years. That's all she said on the picture. And someone just started being mean about me being fat. Okay, I'm fat. I'm working on it. I'll fix it. I promise. Stay tuned. I'm going to fix it. And I'm going to fix it by June 28th. I'm going to look healthy, look better. I promise you. That's a motivation. Thank you. By the way, but anyway, how I met my wife is a movie for me. It's a movie. I honestly, if somebody sits down and write down the script, I could write an amazing, amazing, amazing movie about it and how I met my wife and how I went to see my wife. It's a movie. All the things I used to see in Hollywood a long time ago. The movie, like Hugh Grant's movies, you know, the movies where a guy loves a girl, you know, she gets on a plane and he runs to the airport, waits, and trying to catch the plane, and it gets to the gate, just gets the ticket. Probably the ticket costs $3,000-$4,000, and then all of a sudden the gate closed, and he gets to the gate, to the door there, and he's like, oh, and then, oh man, she left. And then you turn around and you're walking out, and bam, you see the that's not an Hindi film. That's an American, a typical American movie. Trust me, that's not Indian movie is more like out in the field, out in the Himalayas, out there in the highlands of India, where Kashmir, especially Kashmir, where they film most of these films, beautiful places you see. It's usually out in the wood, the guy and the girl, play in the hay, play out in the field, on the tree, up and down. That's Hollywood. That's Bollywood for me. That's Indian movies growing up in Africa. Hollywood movie is different. Hollywood movie is different. But I grew up watching Indian movies, of course. That's where it all started for me, is watching Indian movies. Then I graduated to Hollywood. That's when, it's called Ramcon movies. It's called Ramcon. Let me test your knowledge with a basic question. Which is bigger, the NBA or the soccer? Soccer, man. Come on, bro. Anyway, can we start talking about sports? We're talking about some other stuff. Anyway, guys, soccer is the biggest sport in the world, though my favorite sport. Anyway, guys, I'm saying, somebody should really do a movie about my life story, hopefully on Netflix. It's amazing, but it's something I'm working on too. I am really hoping before my time in this world ends that I can write an autobiography about my life. What I am not sure is if it's going to be fiction or non-fiction. That's where I'm stuck. And because if it's a real life, and my fear is that if I do write it, and I might hurt some people who are still alive, and I don't want to do that. And and so I think and somebody may finish this work, but I will see. I'm sensitive about people's feeling. I really don't like hurting people, even though people hurt me, even though people have done bad things to me. I am sensitive about knowing that I don't want to do the same. So I do care at the end of the day. So finish the line. Waria, you have no chills. I want to pay. I want to play in your movie. Sure, why not? Do you look like me? Do you have a big stomach? Do you have a 13 packs? I have 13 packs. I'm working on getting it to 6. So that's half. So, like someone said in the comments, hey, yeah. So Uber is slow. Uber is slow. Somebody, the finish line, I want to, what is Uber is slow? I look like Abdeliban. I look like, okay, Abdeliban is a good actor. Hey, I can give him that. I'm sure. Abdeliban is a great actor. He's great personality, great storyteller. He's got amazing talent, so, and he's smart. Abdeliban is very intelligent. So I give him that. So if you do look like him, yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I can, I can give you, I can do, but first we need to write the story and go from there. You don't know what Uber is slow. What is slow is? I don't explain, bro. I don't. I do, but I need new car. Shall I buy or rent? Buy. Yeah, don't rent. They will take advantage of you. Nobody cares. I are you saying yeah, I, I I don't shy from the fact that I used to drive for Uber. I'm okay with that. I used to drive for Lyft and Uber at one time. I did, and that's how I know some of these answers. So it's amazing experience to have. It's amazing, and if things get tougher and harder, and the fear of this economy, we don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to jump in there again with no hesitation. You got to pay the bills. You got to feed the family, no matter what. And everybody jumps on it, even the richest. I have seen people who, I have met people who are business people who are making money, but still on the weekend jump on Uber. And people have different reasons why they go on Uber. They have their own reasons why they go on Uber. Some people just want to get, it's like a man cave. And in America, what we call man cave. Man cave is like here, right now. I'm in my basement. My wife and kids are upstairs. I'm on this TikTok. It's my moment just to let it all out, just to vent, And so I'm here. I'm talking to you guys. We're having fun while we're doing it. And so that's my man cave. And some people is from my driving Lyft and Uber is a man cave for them. They want to get away from their kids. They are with their kids the whole 5 days and picking them, dropping. And so on Saturday and Sunday, they want to just get away. They want to go talk to people. And by the way, the more people you talk to, the longer you live. That is research that has been done, and you can check that out, And so it's not a bad thing to drive for Uber and Lyft. Some of our community might think it's a bad thing, but it's not. You can make extra money doing this. You can pay some extra bills that you have. So I will advise you. But there's a rideshare company. There's a rideshare company owned by a minority group of people here in Minneapolis. Check that rideshare company out. By the way, you don't need to go to Uber and Lyft. Those guys are too big. Well, why not help out these small other rideshare companies that have in business right now? They're amazing. You should try them out. Just check them out. That's what I will do. Yes, I heard ICE was arresting people in Minneapolis today. Maxaa kala socotaa, bro. Waan kala socdaa, and I'm following and I know what's going on. I support my family through, but nothing wrong with it. Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of like thousands of our Somali community, sisters, brothers, parents, grandparents. A lot of our community, we drive Uber and Lyft, and I'm just saying that you don't have to go Uber and Lyft. There is others, there's other companies. There's a rideshare company. I don't know what name. Do you know what the name of that rideshare company owned by a group of drivers in Minneapolis. I forgot the name. I will try and run that by you guys. But yeah, you should sign if you can sign up for that. It will really be helpful. So yeah, lease or buy. You can pay it off, bro. If you do full time Uber and Lyft. Why do I keep saying Uber and Lyft? If you do any other rideshare company, you can pay it off. Definitely, I will say buy. Just get something like 20,000 used car, $20,000 between $20,000 to $15 to $10,000 worth of a car. Get it, low mileage, maybe like below 100,000, and drive it. Don't buy a brand new car. It doesn't make sense. Just buy a used one and pay for like 20,000, and that's a payment you can definitely take care of. Yeah, just that would be my advice. That would be my advice. I have my Toyota Camry has high mileage. I've used it for many things, and so the idea was for me to get a new car, but I said I'm not gonna get a new car. If anything happens to my Toyota Camry, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy a new engine, replace it with that engine, and continue driving it. Because keep what you have. Just minimally do what you need to do to just get along and move along. You don't need to drive a fancy Tesla. You don't need to drive a Range Rover. You don't need to drive a BMW. You don't need people paying attention and looking at you and saying, well, you don't have to. You don't have to advertise your money. You can, even better, you can save your money. It's, easy. So that's my advice. Toyota RAV4 26, they're selling. Which year is it? 26K miles. They're selling at 32. Which year is that Toyota RAV4? Bro, don't buy anything 2025 if you're going to drive Uber. Don't buy 2025, 2024, 2023, 2022. Get from 2022. From 2022. Used Toyota from 2022. Don't buy 2023, 2024, don't. Unless you have the money and you want to, especially if you're going to drive for Uber and Lyft, just keep your budget between 25,000 that below. Don't go anything above 25,000. You're looking at a 2023. 32,000 is a little bit too high. 25,000, yes. 32,000 plus you do all the other you do other cost, the insurance and all that. It comes to about $36,000, I think, if I'm not wrong. I might be wrong. So that's unless you're putting in a big down payment. I think Toyota is the best car. I'll say Toyota Camry is the best. Do not get a salvage. Don't ever get a salvage. A salvage are the most unsafe cars. You're just driving and it's like a time bomb. Salvage cars are the most dangerous things you can drive around. Unless you take it to somebody that a good mechanic that can tell you. There's a lot of people that sell you salvage. Avoid them. That you'll not be able to sell it with a car value when he wants to sell it. You're gonna have to put you're gonna have to put insurance on it, maybe full coverage, and if everything happens, they just gonna give you they're gonna see it's a salvage. So I will not suggest you buy a salvage car in Minnesota. Do not do that. You're making a big mistake. Don't. And I mean, that's one of the advice I'll give you guys. So it's 2021 Toyota Camry SE. It's 2021 Toyota Camry. That's good. 2020. Camry is good. I have a Camry, 2016 Camry. I bought it in 2018. I still have it. It has 250,000 miles on it. Yes, it does. But it's an amazing drive. It's still brand new. It looks amazing, so I'll say Camry is a good car to keep my cousin. Yes, my cousin was paralyzed from car accident related issue. See, it was that car salvage, Abdul, probably. If it was a salvage, then that's what happened. Probably, Yeah, you gotta be careful. We gotta be careful with salvage cars, guys. It's not the smartest thing. It's not the smartest thing to do. Stay away from salvage cars. Yes. Yes. I have a Honda Accord 2013 and I'm doing Uber 5 years. I have 234 miles. Yes, yeah, smart. Keep it. If anything happens to the engine, just get a new engine. The new engine is going to cost you $1,800, $1,500 for that. Just put a new engine with a low mileage on it and continue driving your car forever. And make sure you give it to a great mechanic so he can put it together for you. You know, and actually some of this vehicle you can put a new. So my 2016, the guy Jamal, who is on Bloomington and 35, he has a garage there. Amazing guy, Sijui guy, Jamal. Really amazing. I usually go to his garage whenever my car or my wife's car. And so he is a great guy and can put your car together very nicely if you have a new engine, if anything happens to your engine. I've had some issues with my Toyota Camry. I took an engine problem, especially Toyota Camrys have the issue of high oil consumption. They take in a lot of oil, so you gotta keep putting oil or you gotta keep doing oil changes. That's the problem with Camry. It's every Camry that has the problem with that. And especially when they get older, a little bit higher mileage, they start burning through oil very quickly. So Jamal has done some fixes for me, which has saved me a lot of money. 1, 2, I'll advise to just get, you know, next time if anything happens to this engine that I have on my Camry, that it's 2016, he's gonna get me 2018 engine, so that it fits in there, by the way. So that's a good thing, you know, that's a good idea. Instead of buying a brand new car and going through again another $400, $200, $300, $300 to $400 payment, including insurance, up to $500 a monthly payment. Why we want to do that? You know, go get an engine for $1,200, $1,300, 2018. You can even get it for $1,800. 2018 Toyota Camry, you know, used engine, low mileage. Plug it in there, you're good to go. You know, just you can always replace you can replace anything in any vehicle. Anything with any vehicle you can replace. I don't know when did I become a car guru guy? I don't understand. Is Haji your real name or your title because you went to Hajj? I have done both. Yes, I've been to Hajj, to Umrah, and Hajj is a family name that I have. Sam V. Jones. Sam V. Jones. How you doing? I like that name. Sam Jude. My roommate's friend suffered minor accident doing Uber. Yeah, we have Uber accidents all the time. We in Minneapolis and our surrounding area, we do get that. I have a relative that got hurt too, doing Uber as well. So yeah, guys, good, my man, good. Thank you, Sam Jones. Guys, today I've came up with an advice on not to be mean on TikTok. Not to be mean on TikTok. And then we went from that to how I met my wife. And then from that, we went to being talking about the NBA, about Kobe Bryant and LeBron James and MJ. And then I made some few enemies on the way I chose LeBron for his community impact in his community in Ohio, Akron. So I made a lot of enemies. I'm just joking, by the way. But I made a lot of enemies in that. A lot of people didn't like that. And then we went to Car Guru and Uber. I don't know how I ended up here talking about cars and gurus and vehicles. And I don't know, giving my advice. I don't know. But we're here. We're here. We're talking about it. That's good. That's good. And nobody's being mean. I only had one mean comment. What's her name? Samra. And she left. She's no longer there. What's the best shift you drove when you did Uber? That's a good question. I did nights usually, but I will not advise. But Friday, Saturday nights is where the money is, to be honest with you. But anytime from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. is a good shift. Anytime from 12 to 5:36. That's a good shift. Then 9 to midnight, that's another good shift. So, but with Minneapolis nowadays, but anyway, you can be safe. So you gotta be careful. You just gotta be smart about it. What's the best shift you drove? Okay, 250 Kiranda like Igaraba Berbiga so by Ado Iga Ahmed Ade. Night I do from 9 to 4 p.m. Good or bad? Night 9 p.m. Man, that's a great shift. I don't know. You have better experience than me. I don't know. Marina, people are talking. What are you talking about again? People are talking about. Okay, Marina. We started with why are people being mean on their comment section on TikTok, to talking about NBA, Kobe Bryant. I'm just bringing you up quickly so you know what's going on. And then someone brought up the topic of MJ. Who's the GOAT between Kobe Bryant and LeBron and MJ? I said LeBron because of the community impact he has in Akron, Ohio, and what he has done in his community there. And then we got into how I met my wife a little bit briefly, and about my 12 pack and how I can bring that back to 6 pack, And then I'm working on it. I used to do that a while back, but I'm in that process of getting it down. I've got to build up a little bit of weight. So that's where the comments, by the way, came from. And then we went to Uber, and then now we're talking about people asking me about advice on the best vehicle. So, and I'm just out here talking like I know more about vehicles than mean comments. I guess I don't know which one, but I know one of them is mean, and that is the comment. But we're here talking about it, and that's Marina where we at. Sorry, so I'm just catching you up so you know where we at. That's where we are, Marina. And Marian Malabo, Kaka, my brother, I missed you. Welcome, Marian. Welcome. So that's what is the shift convo about. So the shift convo. So somebody, do I gotta start all over this again? I gotta start from the beginning, Marina. Come on, Marina. You gotta speed up. I'm doing my best to bring you up to speed. Marina, we're talking about. That was a good one. Marina, we're talking about what shift to drive for Uber and Lyft. Okay, so there you go. Now you are caught up. Okay, are you caught up? Give me the finger, the thumb, not the finger, the thumb. And yes, okay, thank you. There we go, Marina. Welcome. Thank you. Welcome. And so, by the way, finish line. I like your Bob Marley icon you got on there. It's one of my goats. Bob Marley is one. There's people, man, that I consider them as goats, and Bob Marley is one of them. To be honest with you, had a great impact in the world. His music had an impact in the world. I like people who really do something for this world. I like people who do care about this world, the life they live in. I like I said, they're people that I look up to, and I think any one of you that cares about where they come from and who they are, and they know their identity and their roots, and they care about where they come from and making their community better is something that I relate to very well. And I love to make such friends. If you really care, there's very few people that do care. I don't want to make judgments, but what I've seen, and anybody that does something positive that has an impact on their community and is doing amazing, that is who I relate to more than anything else. I like that. And I like to highlight that. And I like to tell the people. I like to show the people. And I love for you guys to go and share that. Kenya politics, you are by far the most informed and can analyze. Sam V. Jones. You want to get into Kenya politics now, Sam? Man, from mean comments to where were we? Man, my friend, it's a long one, of course. Can we just have another day for Kenyan politics? I mean, I'm in America now. I'm talk about American politics and what's going on. But someone raised up the thing of the Lake Street. I did not address that. I think there's a better way to deal with issues like that. But there's a lot of conflicting stories that are coming out. The governments, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and ATF, and all those agencies involved in that raid, including some ICE agents who are involved in that raid, are saying it was not an immigration enforcement. It was not an ICE raid. It had nothing to do with that. They were going after a business that they suspected was dealing drugs and all that, and money laundering. So that is one story. But there's also the community story, and I think this is where the problem is. I think part of the policies of this raids involves, I think, the local law enforcement. So the local law enforcement, the MPD, the Minneapolis Police Department, are saying they were not informed about this, but they were present, they were there. And also, what I'm also hearing is that as part of the policy, usually policy is that when there's a raid, this is how they raid some of our community businesses. When there's a raid, there's many agencies involved. I don't want to say many agencies involved in the raid. So that includes ICE. And I see the presence of ICE maybe kind of got people going, and just people were just on alert, and they were not ready for that. And so there was a spontaneous action, and then people came out and started protesting, screaming, and thinking, I don't know, it's things will become much more clear as we move forward. But those are the two stories. Those are the two sides of the stories, and that's what I'm hearing. FBI versus color hair people. We can just, yeah. And so that's, I think that's where we were at, and that's what happened. And I think the presence of ICE, and I know why ICE was there, because this is a many agency operation. It's just not the FBI. But again, why didn't the Minneapolis? Why wasn't Minneapolis PD not informed? Why were they not involved in this? I don't know. Maybe it's a new policy, and you know who's at the FBI. You know who's the president. So things are being done differently, not the usual way. So maybe they have their own reasons why they didn't involve the Minneapolis PD. But that's what Minneapolis PD is saying. And Minneapolis PD was there. They were there, and the community saw ICE by the uniform. The pictures are out there too. And so the FBI were there, and ATF and other agencies were there doing this raid. So, and usually ICE operation, the FBI usually is not involved. I rarely see, unless there is a, and again, there is a new power, new government in there. There's a new FBI director. So there's crazy policies that are being drafted. So I don't know if the FBI now are even being. I've read some places where FBI are really going out to enforce immigrations too. So I don't know if that's what happened. I have no clue. There's a statement out there from the FBI. There's a statement that says they were not enforcing immigration. So I don't know. But the community saw ICE, and the community reacted, and they went out and they pushed back. And I don't know what happened. But the raid is not only in Minneapolis, but there was another raid in Bloomington too. The same company, the same restaurant was raided. So we'll see as more story come out on that, and where we go from there. So that's where we are. Yes, Abdurrahman Hulud. Yes, I'm back to the topic. So that's where we are. So that's where we are with the Minneapolis raid. So, but this is gonna cause a lot of alarm. This is gonna have an impact on the local businesses on Lake Street. As you know, there's the community, the Latino community. There's the East African immigrant community. There's a lot of communities on Lake Street that own businesses, that work there. So it's going to have an impact. I think people are going to be afraid to be out, Lake Streets, for a while, and it's unfortunate that that such fear has been, introduced into these communities, and it's very unfortunate, because there's a lot of innocent people, and I like people who obey the law. I'll be honest with you, I support, I've always supported law enforcement. When they do the right thing, I don't want to, I will not break the law. I will not advise anyone to break the law, don't, so, but that's where we are right now. It's a different world. It's a different country. We are just, all confused. We don't know. So we're just hoping for the best and see what happens, hoping for the best and see what happens. But you have a role to play, you if you can vote, go, if you ask people to go out and vote, do the changes that you want to see. Vote for the changes that you want to see. Just don't take it for granted. So like I said, we might not agree all the time. We can disagree on things, but again, we don't have to be mean with each other. We can respectfully disagree, and what's going on, brother? Nothing. I'm telling you not to try to interfere our investigation. Period, sir. Mac Paul, welcome to the show. Thank you for that comment. What's going on, brother? I am not interfering anything. I am just giving my analysis and my views on exactly what happened in Minneapolis today. So I think both sides of the camps are going to be happy with my analysis. I am not biased. I see what's out there. I reported what has been reported on both sides. I presented both sides of the story, and I will leave it at that. And I am not going to plead the fifth. That's where I stand. Mandingo, what's going on, brother? I'm okay. I'm okay, Mr. Mandingo. Welcome. Welcome. Hi, people. It's an amazing night. We had a great conversation. And Khalid Gibran, brother, we support ICE, US, and local law enforcement, US. All right. Are you Khalid? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you, Khalid? I would like to know. Um, I want to be verify that. Seattle. Okay. All right. Then you can say that. I want to make sure it's not somebody in East Africa saying that. Yeah. That's okay. That's all right. People, thank you for joining me. Thank you. Really. We had an amazing show today. We had a great topics. And I hope we can continue doing this. And follow. Whatever you got to do, follow. And encourage me to be on here if you like the show. If you like the voice, if you like the stories, encourage me. So I can be here and we can have more conversation. Humble, what's your opinion? You can show up on Humble. What's you can show up on the rest people. I can you write that better, Humble? I'm sorry, so I can understand. Khalid, bro, if anyone doesn't like this country, they can leave. I hear you with so much forcefulness. Spoof, well done. Any advice for speeding tickets, bro? I avoided. Okay, now you see, you're gonna make me get into this world where I don't want to get. We can keep that for another day. But I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not going to advise you. You need to find you a lawyer to advise you. I am not here to give anyone a legal advice because I did not go and do a law school. Find a lawyer, can help you. Now, if you want me to talk to you privately, definitely I can have that conversation with you over the phone and tell you what I think you can do. But other than that, speeding ticket, man, you gotta through the process. You gotta go through the process. You gotta go to the process. Either you gotta pay the ticket, plea, whatever. You know what you gotta do, and go make a deal. Go make a deal. Say, I want it off my record. I would like to make the payment. And some people are nice, some people are not. You know, I just want to let you know. Some people will say yes, some people will say no. So, but do it the right way, do it legally. I'm not going to advise you otherwise. I'm going to just advise you on your legal rights and what you need to do. You have legal rights in the state of Minnesota on what you need to do. And they give it to you on your ticket and it's all there. Okay, so just do what you got to do. Mike Paul, do you mind if I ask you a sensitive question? Go ahead, shoot, Mike. Okay. I did not say, by the way, this part where it says, if anyone doesn't like this country, they can leave. I didn't say that. There's someone that I'm just reading the comments, by the way. I am waiting for Mark Paul's question. Okay. Thank you, boss. You're welcome. All right. Mark Paul, it's taking forever to get your question out. I thank you all again. Thank you, 866 people listening to the show today. I appreciate each one of you. And hopefully next time we are going to talk about Kenyan politics and have that conversation. But for now, I'm in Minnesota and that's what I talked about. And why are people mean on their TikTok comments? Why are we mean to each other? We shouldn't be mean to each other. Let's be nicer. Even if we don't disagree, even if we don't agree with each other, there's a way we can disagree, and there's a way we can present our comments and our questions and how we relate with other people. Be kind, be humble. I will leave it at that. Thank you for watching me, and I really appreciate each one of you. Thank you so much. Nobody belongs to this country. We are all immigrants. Thank you. Thank you so much, Yusuf Haji at Haji Daily. I will see you guys again, hopefully. This is an encouraging sign. Maybe you'll see me tomorrow about the same time. Hopefully you can join me. By the way, you can always subscribe. Send me a gift if you feel like you're generous enough. I don't get these big gifts. Hopefully I get one of them one of these days. I will appreciate it. I don't know. I just want to see how it feels like. I don't need it, I'll be honest with you, but I just want to see how it feels like to have one of these big gifts these people that are toxic get all the time on TikTok. I don't know how they do that. But do you know that is a game? All these people that are on TikTok, that present to you different conflicts, and it's a game to make money. They want to game you. So be careful. Maybe that's another topic for another day we can talk about. Thank you, guys. No, Mac Paul, I have not seen your questions, but you can inbox me. Thank you very much, everyone. Yusuf Haji at Haji Daily.